You're watching Iowa Live. Everything local, entertaining, and meaningful in Central Iowa is right here on Iowa Live.
Well, welcome to the program, everybody. I am Lou, and boy, we are always excited when we have a chance to talk a little hockey with the Iowa Wild. Ben Gislason is joining us right now. Great to see you, sir.
Great to see you too, Lou. Thanks for having me in this morning.
Absolutely. We love our hockey here in Iowa, and we love the Iowa Wild. Let's talk a little bit about how the season is going so far, because you guys have been very busy.
Yeah, well, we're always busy, especially December into January. This is really the heyday time of the season when we really see the building swell up. We see a lot of fans come in. We had country night not too long ago with Low Cash In playing a post-game country concert. That was a great night. We had a huge crowd. And yeah, these are some of our big games coming up. We got Military Appreciation Night coming up this weekend. Well, I know we're going to get to that later, but you know, it's a season where you have to look a little bit deeper than wins and losses to see some of the positives for this group. One of the big things that I just stumbled on the other day, we've had 118 different transactions within the roster, which is the most in the American Hockey League. So that's new players, players called up to Minnesota, players called up from the Heartlanders in Iowa City. So it's been a lot of transactions for the season.
Now you have to realize that is the purpose of the Iowa Wild. The Iowa Wild is an organization that supplies players to the NHL. Yeah, and that was really what we're looking for, right?
Yeah, think Iowa Cubs. Chicago Cubs. That's one of the best ways that I describe it to anybody that hasn't been to a Wild game or is new to the hockey rink is think AAA baseball. That's what we are for the Minnesota Wild.
So you had somebody called up just on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, just a couple days ago.
Okay, yeah. And so they're with the Wild now. Is that it?
Correct?
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
And they don't always play when they get called up, but frequently they do. We had a number of players this year that made their NHL debuts. David Spaceck made his NHL debut. Carson Lambos made his NHL debut.
Wow.
Those are big moments, right?
Yes.
And moments when you get to watch that from afar. As an organization that had a hand in really lifting these players up and raising these players up, it's very special.
Now, speaking about special, here's something that's really cool. One of the coolest bobbleheads on the desk here is the one over closest to Ben there, the goalie. We love goalies, and boy, we love our goalies here with the Iowa Wild because there's a special connection to the Iowa Wild, right?
Indeed, there is. Especially this year, we've been lucky enough to have Waterloo, Iowan, Cal Peterson on the team this year, and it's the second native Iowan to ever play for the Iowa Wild. We actually had another one last year out of Bettendorf, Iowa.
Sure.
Played with us, Luke Toporowski. But to have Cal around, he's got an incredible goaltending initiative going on right now.
That's awesome.
Giving back for every save he makes, there's dollars that are donated back to help grow the sport and grow goaltending specifically in Iowa to make goaltending more affordable because it's an expensive position with all those pads.
It's the most. Look at all the equipment that the other players have on. Think about the goalie pads and the chest protectors and the face masks and the paint jobs that go on some of the face masks and helmets and things like that. So it really and the gloves and the mitts, everything that's associated with goalies. That is cool. I didn't know about that. That is really great. Now, we also want to talk about the Olympics. They are obviously coming up, and we're going to be represented.
Hugely represented, and not only by, you brought up the bobblehead here in Jesper Wallstedt. He'll be one of many Iowa Wild alums, actually 7 Iowa Wild alums that are going to be playing in the Olympics. We also have 2 players that are currently on our roster that'll be representing their countries, which is incredible, right? To have American League players in the Olympics. Primarily, it's National League players, but for us to have American Hockey League players in the Olympics, guys that are currently playing for the Iowa Wild, is incredible. David Spaceck, the defenseman for the Iowa Wild, will be representing Czechia, and our goaltender Samuel Hlavaj will be representing Slovakia.
Oh, another high five there. So we have to represent, right?
Yes, indeed.
But what does that make you feel like when you see these players that are playing for the Iowa Wild on a world stage now, not even just a national stage, but a world stage?
Yeah, I think to go back to my point earlier about the level of connection you have with these guys, when you see them make their NHL debuts, that's something. But now to get to see these guys that I'm going to go see here when we get off the air here, and they're going to be practicing, to see them wearing their native colors, wearing their logo for their country and their flag, that's going to be something, to your point, on the world stage that I've never experienced before, getting to see somebody that I know operating in the Olympics.
Oh, that's so
it's going to be incredible, and I know for the organization, they're going to feel the same way.
Yeah, there's so much going on here and so many reasons to go see the Iowa Wild right here in Des Moines, and we're going to have a couple of opportunities to see the Iowa Wild this weekend, both Friday night and on Saturday night, and so many other things that are associated with those two nights, organizations that are going to be benefiting from that. Some famous people are going to be showing up. We'll tell you about one in particular coming up in just a little bit. So when we come back, we're going to touch on those things and why people should come out and check out the Iowa Wild this weekend here in Des Moines. Oh, it is going to be fun. Oh, we also need to talk about this too. The coldest, NHL game played, or
coldest pro outdoor game in hockey history.
That's the Wild played in last week. That's coming up next.